Well, hello. I've got an hour, more than an hour in traffic that I'm going to be in, so we're kind of going along pretty slow, so I feel safe enough I can make a video while I'm driving. So, someone asked me, do you ever have a bad day? And yep, I sure do. I think everybody does, right? But I was just thinking a little bit about this and what it means to have a bad day, and what is anxiety too. So I guess when you're having a bad day, your thoughts have decided, or your brain has decided that this is a bad day. Now, sometimes extreme circumstances happen. Somebody dies, something shocking happens in your day, and it's almost impossible not to have some feelings about that. But I think you also can probably remember some times where some things didn't go your way, yet you kind of had a good day anyway. I remember one time there was a funeral, and I ended up going to the Grand Canyon that day, and it was a wonderful day. So it does. So it's easy to say, because of this circumstance that I'm in, therefore this is a bad day. Therefore I'm stressed. But what are the circumstances required for us to have a bad day? Well, we must decide that we're having a bad day. We have to decide that we're anxious, say, for example. Having made that decision that we're anxious, now we can be anxious, can't we? Now, there are circumstances that bring about the anxiety, the circumstance of tinnitus. We have a sound that we're hearing, and we have made the decision that we are having a bad day because of it, that we are stressed because of it. But and maybe worse is that we have made a string or a chain of these decisions where we often decide that this is a bad day, and we often feel that we are feeling anxiety. So this is where we have to try our best to interrupt this cycle and inject some of the good stuff and decide that we actually can have a good day under different circumstances. You can think about all kinds of cases where people have been in terrible circumstances and they actually did some pretty good things. Maybe felt pretty good when they did them too. So we can too, can't we? And this is what I have to remind myself when I'm having a bad day. Or when I have decided that this is to be a bad day, right? So maybe I shouldn't make this decision, right? Yeah, I've got the ringing in my ear now, and it's going to be over an hour in traffic. And what else could I come up with? My toe's been hurting again today a little bit. It's actually not that bad, but I could say that it's bad, and then that would help me to have a bad day too, wouldn't it? And I have been reducing my dose. I'm almost off of Zoloft. I took about 9 milligrams today. From the highest level I had been was at 62.5, but I've been going slowly down. And as I'm told, that can cause people to feel anxiety as well. So I've actually been doing pretty good with that. And when you take inventory of how is your life really, maybe some things actually aren't too bad. Maybe where you live, or the car you drive, or the person you're in love with, or the things you've been able to accomplish in life and the good things you've done in your life. If you take inventory of all that, maybe your life isn't really all that bad. Now, one thing that I have to come to terms with, I think sometimes, is maybe my body isn't perfect. maybe I do have things wrong with it. Maybe some things I can't fully repair, like the tinnitus, and I have this toe that I don't know that it will fully go back to where it was when it felt better. But I've decided, I made that decision, didn't I? I decided that, because of the toe, I therefore feel bad. See, you see all the traps we can put ourselves into. So there does come some acceptance that's necessary sometimes, where it's not going to be perfect. But who is? So the next thing is, what are you going to do about it? I mean, are you going to sit there and say, this is all terrible? Or are you going to say, okay, well, I'll take inventory of things and say, well, life sometimes throws me some wild cards, and it's not always the most enjoyable. But maybe I could actually enjoy it. See, everything that you say like that, it's not always enjoyable. See, that's training the brain to accept something that you don't necessarily have to accept. While not accepting, maybe we should accept, I got a sound in my ear. I got other things wrong maybe. But that's something I've decided to do. So maybe I shouldn't decide that. Maybe I should decide, okay, I've got other more important things to do. And I have found that once I get involved in doing something versus sitting there and moping and saying, I hate this tinnitus. Why did it happen to me? Right? And I had something else I was going to say. I think I want to say about, I don't know if I can remember. Well, I can't remember that. Well, we'll save that for the next video. But anyways, that's just a little bit about deciding, What are you going to decide about your circumstance? And maybe you should accept some things that you have going on, and maybe there's a lot of good things you can still do and be happy about. And that's what I'm doing now. Oh, I know what the other thing was, though. I think I will make another video about it. Maybe I'll make one now, because I've got a long time to be in traffic. Okay, see you on the next one.